Hey survivors, Tin Pony here. Um, Put on your shiniest steel toe boots, your Sunday go to meeting suspenders, and your logging shirt, because we are doing cheap logging today. Um, and as the name suggests, yes, we're going to be cutting down as much as we can with hammers to clear out the way to get to the bigger trees that require the saw. And once these are down and collected, we'll bring in the saw. Dun dun dun. Build a little anticipation there. You can skim ahead. Basically, I'm just going to talk about how I how I log. My method is to come in and clear cut. That way, I know I've been through an area. Um, and I just hammer these at the as low as I can hit them and still be hitting the tree, and then I don't get a bunch of extra pieces. Um, then I knock the limbs off of it and bring it to a post that I've set up where I can weld the whole tree on there. I have a top of the line sawmill. I have a video on that if you care to see something that's really satisfying. Um, and I'll put a link to that on the card at the end of the video. But I've gone through and logged all of this um, in order to clear it out so I can bring the miner up here and not run into trees, so I can see where things are, so I can avoid the rocks and the rocks I don't want to hit, and find the rocks I do want to hit. So basically, it's just a matter of getting these logs ready with the fewest number of pieces possible. I don't want to spend a lot of time welding them back together. If I hit them too high up on the base, you get two splinter pieces. I'd rather not have to deal with those because my sawmill would take care of the longest, biggest tree that I can cut with the saw. So the rest of this stuff, it's just a matter of knocking it down, stacking it up. Got a leaner. See if we can get the branches off without breaking it in half. Is that one on? No, it's off. Yeah, one more up here, I think. Yeah, it looks like that's it. There's the top of it. So we'll go ahead and cut this other tree down too. And I try to do these one at a time so that I don't leave one laying around. It's Leaving them laying around is a waste of my time, and because frame rate, it adds up. Anyway, if you don't know how to use a welder, get one, practice. Um, you can take a loose object like these logs, and get an attachment on one end of them, then run over to your post, which is you can build it so it's in a place that's convenient for you while you're logging. Um, and run over and put it where you want it. If it's orange, it won't fit. If it's white, it's good to pull the trigger and weld it up there. And this is resources for this. You've got a hammer and a welder. You've got some scrap wood blocks for building your posts. Um, Food to eat so you can hydrate and get your nourishment, get all your vitamins and minerals, stay healthy. Um, but like I said, when I go into an area for logging, I will clear cut it. And the first thing I do is hammer down everything that I can get with the hammer, which just leaves the big trees, which is what most of the videos I watch, that's really about all anybody is interested in is the big trees. But these add up, and they're inexpensive building material as long as you don't try using them for defensive walls. Follow her, follow her. Bam. Okay. And it can also, this scrap wood can also be used for crafting better wood. So as long as I'm in an area, I'll take the time to take it all. Now this is full. That's 16 blocks deep. So I'm going to run another spar out here. And that'll give me room for some of these big ones. You can see them in the background there. We'll just keep clearing the small ones out while we're here. Not tiny ones, but small ones. I like these evergreens because all the branches break off of them. They don't have any that need to be picked off. I don't know if they're supposed to be spruce or fir or what, but they're nice, reasonably straight log too. Some of them have a little bit of curve in them. Some of them are longer than others, but clear cut is clear cut. Take them all. Get this birch or aspen or whatever it is. I don't think I've seen any branches stay on those either, these little skinny ones. They don't take up a lot of room, so again, I don't mind cutting them and hauling them over to the sawmill. Okay, let's speed ahead to the crummy, to the saw. We'll bring in the saw truck. It's so impressive. It really is. It's such an awesome, awesome saw truck. there's a wrecked ship out here. Bet if we climb up on top of it, it's got a number 7 on it. I think the ship that we crashed in is the only one that smokes like this. And I know this is the ship that I started in this map. So I'm just teasing. I'm just kidding. Okay. Morning. Let's bring this awesome saw truck in. Now, if you recognize the sound of that motor, that's because it's a scrap motor. It is a basic first motor you probably ever had, first engine, gas engine you ever had when you made your first car in survival. It's got 2 scrap engines on it. I don't know where I got the second one, but I didn't throw away the first one. There's no place to recycle that stuff. The seat on it is the scrap seat. And one engine is used for turning the blade. The other engine is used for driving the back wheels. It's only 2-wheel drive. Really good on gas, though. It won't go up. It's a Rolls Canardly. It rolls downhill, but can hardly get up one. So it's a Rolls Canardly. And we've got all the hammerable trees taken care of out here, so it makes it real easy to come in and get to these big trees. Slow down, slow down. Brakes on it are shot. Put our saw down. We've got it spinning. And if I don't come at these slow, it'll throw me off to one side like this. And I buggered that one up. I got a couple of slivers off the end here. Get rid of the stump. See if we do better on the next one. I don't like those pieces because I'll break them up and refine them right out here instead of trying to haul them back. Now those 2 pieces came up from below the roots. Yeah, it's falling. Sometimes these don't fall. You gotta persuade them a little. Is that gonna fall? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. So sneak up on this, see if we can get it right down at the roots too. Yep. Yeah, did you see those pop up out of the ground? It's kind of like that last bit when you come through and mine a bunch of a node of rocks. There'll be more underground, and if you just set a small explosive on top of it and set it off, it'll release that stuff out of the ground. Is it gonna fall? Yeah, it's just taking its time. Slow down. Get a little stuck in here. These engines have no real power, but this is cheap logging. That was my fault. I just went too high too fast. And there's one more back here. But these go on the log raft, the same as the others did. We got one that's standing up over here, so we'll lift our blade and get up to ramming speed, see if we can't tip it over. The top did break out of it, though. That's it right there. Ramming speed. Didn't work. Let's back it up and go to... Let's go to plaid. Boom. There it goes. Right on top of the crummy. Okay. We'll add these to the stack, just like we did with the small ones. It's just weld them on. Now my sawmill is set up so it will take one of the longest big trees all at once. Really is a satisfying thing. Oh, look at this. It's so anxious to go for a ride. Want to go to the vet? Want to go to the vet? Huh? You want to go to the vet? Let's put you in the car. Come on. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to just go through and pick up the pieces. Might as well refine them while I'm out here too, so we'll speed this up and be back in a few minutes. Okay, and I've worked through the night so you wouldn't have to watch more of the same old, same old. We're gonna we're gonna put these were put on a post that was closer to where they were, and we're gonna take them over, put them on the other post now. So we've got them all together. All our eggs in one basket. And because I started logging in here from the shoreline, which is where my mill is right now, where my sawmill is. Um, I've got I've got connecting posts from here all the way over to the sawmill, and that's how we're going to move this raft over to the sawmill. I'm not going to take the time to build a truck big enough to carry him and run back and forth with the truck all day. And like I said, this is cheap logging, cheap and easy. Most of my videos are themed cheap, but the this sawmill is far from cheap. It's simple and it works great, but it was basically the result of a couple other designs failing. Um, I tried I tried a couple different configurations with pistons, and the pistons would get all wonky, and the sliding carriage would get hung up and stuff, and maybe that's a reflection on me, I don't know. But I do know that the way I've got it set up now is it works great. But after trying a couple different configurations, I just gave up and I said, "Shoot, I know how to make one. I just been trying to be cheap with it." So it's my most expensive or resource heavy build, but it's also the most satisfying to watch it work. This is a lot of running back and forth, but it really isn't bad. Um, Time wise, because to get this much wood collected with a truck or a logging outfit or whatever would probably take the same amount of time, and I'd be spending I'd be spending resources on gasoline that I would rather save for out on the water. I do have a video coming up of a boat cruise, non-stop boat cruise all the way around survival continent. No stops. No stops for fuel or food. And that'll be available in Maybe later today. I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to get these out first because I saw Ten Vince's Tenvince 10 Vince did a sawmill build, and he seemed to be getting pretty frustrated with it and drastically changed it, and was open for suggestions. So I wanted to get a video of my sawmill to post him a link to it. But in order to get my sawmill to saw logs, I had to get logs. If I'm going to come out and get logs, I'm going to come out and get logs. So I figured I'd do two videos, one of the sawmill and one of cheap logging. Like I said, since I'm out here, I'm just going to go ahead and load up that log build. I call it a raft, but it doesn't float until it gets out to the mill. Basically wind up carrying it and just weld it from post to post. And as I said, these are posts I put in when I started logging out here, so they've been there. They've been there for a while. We'll go ahead and cut this loose and get started back with it. First, I'm just going to put a spur on it here. So I got a handle for attaching it to the posts. It's a lot of wood. Make sure I got it because I don't want to have to run back to get it. We're on our way out of here until I come out and log some more. And we'll weld it onto this post, and the next one, and the next one. Because if you've moved anything like this, you know it, but what happens is it's just like your lift. If you get too far away from your starting point, you're out of range and you got to go back and get it, and don't take it quite so far the next time. So like I said, I've been logging this area for quite a while, and I've got the posts all set up, right distance apart and everything. So ooh, that was close. I don't know if that would have ragdolled me or sent me for respawn. At any rate, we got the sawmill right out here on this island. Swim out and do the last connection here. That's it. That's my Lamborghini. That's my most expensive toy. It's got a Blaupunkt radio too. Ooh. But it only gets one radio station out here, and they keep playing the same song over and over. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this on the other post. These are too long to get over the top of the island. Anyway, if you made it all the way through this, thank you. Um, I hope it was at least entertaining if you didn't learn anything. And thanks for watching.